they basically thought that menopause means the pause of your period, menstruation, and
Yeah.
now you can no longer have children.
Yeah.
However, the fact that menopause is an all system pause and it's like a constellation of symptoms for a woman's body was something that I think a lot of doctors just didn't, connect
Yes.
all the dots.
Yes. Yes. The way I feel like it was sort of treated as if our goal here was only to produce and have kids, and then after that you can just disappear.
You're very right. I think that's exactly how it is that, they basically thought that menopause means the pause of your period, menstruation, and now you can no longer have children.
Yeah.
However, the fact that menopause is an all system pause and it's like a constellation of symptoms for a woman's body was something that I think a lot of doctors just didn't, connect all the dots.
Yes. Yes.
And basically, women, a lot of the earlier generations are the generation ahead of us. They basically were gaslit by so many doctors by saying that, no, there's nothing wrong with you. All the labs are checking out fine.
But they weren't looking at the right labs, right? They weren't looking at hormones. And hormones, as we know, are the major signaler of almost everything that we have going on, right? It's neurotransmitters and hormones.
Exactly. But even the hormones, they would not indicate, but even the usual routine labs that you look for women, it may be completely fine, and you may still be having all the symptoms.
You're not looking at the right labs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We've been skewed to look at a CBC and a SMA, electrolytes and blood count. And if those are okay, and then we sprinkle a little thyroid on it recently to be a little hip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
Yes.
Right. But what about everything else? What about your vitamin D? What about everything, all the other things that's important for us to know about?
Yeah. But now they're doing it. And now, even if the labs look normal, but you have symptoms where nobody is going to tell you that, you're okay. It's all in your head. Perimenopause, if somebody is complaining that, I'm in a slump, a woman is in a slump. There's lack of energy. There's muscle aches and pains. What do you do?
It's funny that you say this because I have a good story for you. So I had an OBGYN. She was really, really great. Loved her. She helped deliver my twins and all this other stuff. Okay, fine. So I remember when I was in my 40s, right? It was very early 40s. And I said to her, I am not feeling right. Like, I know it's taking me a little longer time to think about things. And I'm a little down. I don't have the energy, a little more fatigued, a little down. I was telling her these things. And I said, I think I'm becoming perimenopausal, right?
Oh.
And she laughed because I'm a very funny person.
Already.
So she said, oh, Carolina. And I said, yeah, I think I am. I said, can we take my hormone levels? Right? And this was a while ago. People weren't just taking hormone levels.
Nobody was.
Right?
Yeah.
And, if you're not having another baby, why is anybody taking your hormone levels? Right?
Exactly.
And I was about 41, I remember. And she said, you know what? I'll take your levels, but I'm telling you, you're being so silly. Right? So, and she says, if you want to predict how, when you're menopausal or perimenopausal, ask your mom and she'll tell you when she, when her period was gone, and you'll see how far away from now it is, and you'll, whatever. But anyway, Caroline, you're so funny. Fine. So I'll never forget, I was heading into the parking lot of the hospital, and I get a call from her. And she's like, I'm so sorry. You are deep into perimenopause, deep. I was and literally the very next day I asked my mother, and I said, when did you lose your period? And she said, oh, I think it was just right after you were born. And I was born, I was 30, she was 38 when she had me. So it was, it wasn't crazy, right? And this was this was a woman. Right? And I think that we tend to ignore women. We know our bodies. Right? And it was very, very interesting. So I ended up eventually getting HRT, and it made such a big difference. Really. Totally difference.